punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone.
Okay, give some credit to the team covering the kick.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. First play, here's Cousins.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, Cousins. And right away, he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And this is going to be intercepted. 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back to the score.
And I think that's a a signal of how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
What's good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins open here, Adam Thielen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Cousins. Open man, once again it's Thielen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
48 yards.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 74 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson from 4 yards out. And the Saints have taken the lead.
touchdown passes young quarterback throws, and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second and 2. To throw is Cousins. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. The 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, they had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Give to Cook out of the gun. Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. From the red zone now, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down about the 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Again, Madison. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. The extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 20.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards.
First down, Vikings.
First down throw for Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
87 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Lutz is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Nwangu now from his end zone.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. Touchdown!
Tanner Connor,
49 yards. Wants to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins now. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Quick throw to Olave. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
No check, no check.
The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Hey, check that, street.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On third down, here's Kamara. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 96 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He finds his man Johnson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Off to Thomas on the left side. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They run it again with Kamara. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Connor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Kamara. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now Cousins. Now this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Paulson to Debo.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk another.